Probably one of the most well-known premium package options when it comes to trucks today, the Denali has always held a spot as one of the first luxury trims and most popular even to this day. But maybe you want a brand new truck that doesn't have a $60,000 or higher price tag, or
tell them to bring me my money.
maybe you want one of the first Sierras that had the Denali trim. Regardless of which Sierra trim you want to go after, there's an option for everyone with the available trim levels for the GMC Sierra. I'm Junior with Custom Offsets, and if you're looking to find how big of a tire you can run in your stock suspension, or the widest wheel you can do with the shortest possible lift, or you just want to know what looks good and fits your truck, we've got a gallery for all that. CustomOffsets.com/gallery. There's over 100,000 custom trucks, trimming details, full wheel and tire and suspension specs, and it's just pretty sick. You should definitely check it out. Okay, so GMC trims. We need to start from the very beginning. Some dude from GM was visiting Alaska or something of the sort and saw the Denali mountain in Alaska. He did some Googling or whatever they had back in the 20th century to figure out what that even meant, and figured out that Denali was a Co-Yukon word. Wait a second, do you know what I just realized? Do you think that GM named the Yukon after the Co-Yukon language, or is that just coincidence? You can't tell me that the GMC Yukon Denali came to exist with absolutely nothing to do with that Co-Yukon language. The Denali mountain is some old word that translates to the high one. If they wanted to translate it, they could have just named it Mount Snoop and it would have meant the same thing. Damn, I should have been an explorer.
No.
Anyways, the Denali trim has always had a higher level precedence than any other GM trim and any other pickup manufacturers back in 1999. I guess other than Cadillac, which GM also owns, so it gets kind of weird now that I mention it. It's always seemed that Cadillac is kind of like the testing grounds for what's new and potentially next in the GM world, and then Cadillac always seems to have the higher output engines, the better interiors, because, well, GM purposely puts them ahead of the curve with the more economical makes and models to follow. I think the only reason GMC feels like a little bit more of a luxurious model than the Silverados was because for the longest time, Silverado didn't have a super nice over-the-top interior. If you wanted a fancy pickup and you were a Chevy guy, you went with a Sierra Denali. That's just how it was until 2016 when the High Country Silverados came into existence, which we also have a video for right here. If you didn't want a Denali though, there were other options. You have 3 other trim levels and they're all pretty straightforward. Work Truck, SLE, and SLT. Work Truck just had your basics, as you can tell by the name. After that, you have the SLE trim, which is a step up from the base, but not crazy fancy. You have cloth seats, but it's like a nicer cloth seat. You get chrome bumpers, memory driver seats, blinkers in your mirrors, Bose stereo, and a bunch of other crazy stuff in 2005. Then, you go into your upgraded SLT trim, which gets into your perforated leathers, your heated seats, OnStar, and more. Then obviously at the top is the Denali trim. The best part about these GMT 800 trucks was that you could get a quadrister option. If you don't know what that is, basically you just have all 4 of your tires turning. Yeah, that includes the rears. I've always wanted to drive one of these because I just think it's the most wild design idea ever, but the whole concept is that you have a much tighter turn radius than your typical truck and can just maneuver around better. Which leads perfectly into the GMT 900 or 07 to 13 GMC Sierras. As trucks got newer and technology develops, GMC also makes the Denali more about the luxury details while still keeping the features that make it unique. You no longer are stuck with all-wheel drive and a weird-looking bumper. The next generation of Denali gives you a very clean and sexy chrome grille and a new improved drivetrain. All aluminum 6.2-liter engine with variable valve timing for better output and fuel economy, and a new 6-speed transmission set these trucks up for success, and I'd say GMC did really damn good job with them. I mean, they're one of my favorite body style GMCs, and I definitely love to rock a GMT 900 Denali Duramax, but hey, maybe someday when I decide to stop buying OBS Fords and destroying transmissions, I can make an adult purchase. But that ain't happening anytime soon. As you look at the details in the 07 to 13 Denalis, you can see all of the fine leather and accent details that really put this thing over the top. You have GMC offering one of the most luxurious interiors through the late 2000s and into the 2010s. Once you jump up another body style, you've got your 2014 to 2018 GMC Sierras. I think my favorite part about the GMCs is that the trim levels don't really change. You have your work truck renamed to a base, then SLE, SLT, and Denali. To be completely honest, it just makes making a video about trim levels super easy to do when it's all the same 4 trims throughout the years. 2014 to 18 Sierras started with a 4.2-liter V6 and go all the way up to the 6.2-liter V8. No new bigger engine for the new body style, but no complaints either, so I guess it is what it is. You get more paint to match as you go up through the trim levels, and once you get to the Denali, you have lots of chrome because you know, fanciest trim level requires the flashiest accents. You also get MegaRide Ride Control, which is like super fancy alien technology to have your truck ride smoother as you're driving down the road or bombing through cornfields. Just kidding, don't do the second one. GMC also decided to start offering a few special editions on top of their variations to their trim levels. You can get a GMC Sierra Elevation, Kodiak, or All-Terrain Edition, and they're each just a special edition version of the trim offerings that GMC has. The Elevation is an upgraded base with black 20-inch wheels that you'll be changing out anyways with a custom wheel and tire package from Custom Offsets, plus an 8-inch touchscreen, projector headlights, a special grille, and auto-locking rear diff. The Kodiak Sierra is an upgrade to the SLE trim with dual climate control, remote start, a special transfer case, and LED cargo box lights. Nothing too crazy in my opinion to separate this from an optioned SLT. But next you have the All-Terrain and All-Terrain X, which are upgrades to the SLT trim. With the GMC Sierra All-Terrain, you get the Z71 off-road suspension package, auto-locking rear diff, leather seats, Bose sound system, and underbody shield, plus 18-inch black wheels that you should really swap out for some Anthems anyways, because you're gonna be doing all the outdoor exploring and it just makes sense with this unit. Goodyear Duratrac tires and all-weather floor mats. You can definitely see that the All-Terrain Edition is a take on Sierra's version of an off-road truck, equipped with a lot of the small features and accessories that you would want to confidently know you can take your truck anywhere. Which leads us perfectly into what you can get today from GMC. Well, maybe not today, since there's that whole microchip shortage thing and dealership lots are like 3/4 empty and it's just a weird time, okay? But if you head to GMC in 2021, here's what you can find. GMC has gotten rid of their base or work truck and their entry-level trim is now just called the Sierra. It's now offered in a 2.7-liter inline 4-cylinder EcoBoost killer to compete with the forced induction high horsepower market that a lot of people are just in denial over. Like, you can get 400 horsepower and cool turbo noises with half the cylinders of a traditional V8. Then you have your SLE trim and still the upgraded Elevation trim. With both of these variations of the SLE, you can get the Baby Duramax 3-liter turbo diesel, which so far we've heard a lot of good things about. Johnny Lightbar here has one of some 22x10 Da Vinci's on it, and let me tell you, if I ever grow up and decide I need a good, reliable all-around daily, then that truck may just be it. And I don't know, it's just a smart, responsible adult choice, and clearly I'm not there yet. After the SLE and Elevation, you jump into the SLT, and now the new, bigger, badder, all-terrain, the AT4. The AT4 comes with the Baby Duramax or 6.2-liter options for engine, and it has all of the off-roading features you could ever want. Well, I guess that's how it was before Chevy just released their brand new ZR2, but that's not even out yet, and we already did like 3 videos on it, so it's just gonna have a sad limelight for this one. The AT4 comes with a 2-inch lift kit from factory and is as painted to match as they come. I don't know about you, but I seriously love the new body style GMCs and think they just look so
Good.
no matter which trim you go with. On top, you still have your Denali. Thank you, GMC, for not adding 3 more trim levels over your best tier because, I don't know, it just kind of seems to lessen the quality of that trim when you add more on top of it. Like, Lariat Fords used to be the best, and now they're practically a base model. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Denali's have multiple engine options leading up to the good old 6.2-liter that hasn't failed Sierra or GM for that matter in recent years. And these Denali's come in at around $62,000, which is ironic because in 2001, Denali's had an MSRP of $40K, which inflates to $62K in today's money. So it's also nice to see that with GMC keeping the Denali as the premium top of the Sierra options, the pricing of the trucks hasn't been blown out of proportion past current inflation rates. And if you don't think inflation is real, then I don't know what to tell you, and maybe GM is just trying to get an extra 20 grand out of everybody who buys a brand new truck. I can't call it. After talking about all of these GMCs, it really makes me miss mine, I'm not gonna lie. I might need to go find myself a GMT 900 Denali Duramax and do some cool shit to it. If you guys need wheels, tires, suspension, performance, lighting, or anything else for your truck, we got you. CustomOffsets.com. Thank you for watching. And if you don't have a truck, you can go enter to Winter Seaman Build. There's sick apparel. I helped design this one. It's pretty nasty. There's a bunch of shit, a bunch of ways to enter. CustomOffsets.com/giveaway. Win a SEMA truck.